Good morning once again to everybody. Dear friends, this is Suraj Singh, civil engineer from Faridabad, Bharat. Again, explanation to spiritual and soul power. I'm in your service again. This is regarding last three videos that I submitted to you, published in connection with power of soul that is available to each of us in this universe and world. This power of soul is some properties, character that can be used by each of us in a free way. There's no restriction on that. You can use this potential provided to you by your God. It can be used in a way you wish, or it cannot be used in a way. It is up to you whether you sleep, or it's up to you whether you work. If you work, this power comes to you. If you don't work, you sleep. It's better you watch dreams and do nothing in your life. What I'm talking about is those people who work are given award. Those people who don't work, they depend upon luck, and luck doesn't help them because they don't help themselves. God help those who help themselves. This is a potential saying, powerful saying, and not from today. It's since beginning of this universe. If you work yourself, God is your friend. If you don't work yourself, God is not your friend. God cannot think of you if you don't think of yourself. God has given us mind. God has given us soul. God has given us power. God has given body. God has given everything. Nature, supplies of all agencies, supply of all matters required, supply of mind required. What else you want? I don't understand. Don't blame God for everything. Blame yourself first. And if you are not able to solve your problem, God shall certainly support you. If you are not able to solve your problem, not able to even initiate your work to solve problem, God's not going to help. Don't blame God in that case. I have heard many people, I have seen many people saying that, oh, it doesn't work for me. God will help me. This Baba will help me. That Bhagwan will help me. No, this is wrong. Don't blame God. God is not blameable because God has provided all resources and resources to you. You have to use them. Till now, I explained to you about these numbers. These numbers, I just briefly just submit a brief. What I did is I considered starting from Saul and then consider the split and palm reading, which is not my scope, but just explain to you what palm is and then explain to you about what numbers are related to soul power, to the strength of soul, that is a spirit. I explained to you many sequences how it moves through our body, through our mind, through our organs, and all it supply energies to our parts of bodies, all bodies, male or female. I explained to you about various formulas I developed based on that. I explained to you about some other issues, many issues which were in that video, which you can go through that. I explained to you all at the end, but now I am going back to explain to some more items about this. That is, yesterday I explained about Oracle. Oracle, which is very important part, I explained to you at length yesterday. It was regarding Oracle. First of all, I will just remind to you, refresh your memory about Oracle. What Oracle is? Oracle is an imaginary ball. It's an electromagnetic ball placed on your head, and size of this varies depending upon your work capacity, depending upon your degree of concentration. So you develop your life from your childhood to your old age, all varies. If you develop your memory, if you develop your thinking power, if you develop work, if you dedicate yourself to work, not only enjoying life, you develop size of your oracle, your aura, or something placed on your head, and head draws capacity from that. And if you enlarge the size, yesterday I explained to you, it can start with one power and it can goes to up to any number of power. Well, I explained to you that on an average person of average mind whose capacity is normal, that person carries a ball of 80 meters diameter on head, and that is called oracle. 80 meters is not easy, it is not so simple. If you consider 4-meter height maximum in the air conditioned building of a story, it goes to 20 stories, that size of ball, if you have on your hand, and you can store into that about 400,000 A4 size pages on surfaces of that sphere, just like a globe in computers. That surface area is adequate for you to store enough. A for size 4 lakh pages, say, in your mind, in your aura. This means about how many books. If you take one book, 1000 pages, is a thick one in medical science or engineering science, let us say, how many books can you store? You can store 400 books in your mind. But have you ever gone through 400 books? Might be you have not gone through 40 books even. So what is the story of your mind? You have an idea to understand. Your mind is full of kachra, your mind is full of films, your mind is full of road shows, your mind is full of not relevant in your life for any contribution to your development of life. Your mind is just a scrap in that case. If your mind can remember, say you passed a degree, you have a subjects filling in your mind, recording in the mind, it may be about 20, 30 books maximum, nothing more than that. Up to school, you will learn nothing, just the basics you learn in your colleges, in your university, or even in engineering and medical. You don't study more than 35 subjects. So you don't have more than 30 books, and books are not all 1,000 pages. So your brain is just wasted. That's what I'm saying. If a normal brain can contain 400,000 pages, you have got nothing in that. You have got entertainment of life, you have got dreams in your life, you go to picnic somewhere and remember all those scenes, that is a part of your store in your life. So just make use of your brain in a positive manner, in a constructive manner, which you have not made, you have not done. Everybody wants to enjoy life. I agree with that. Enjoying your basic right, fundamental right, but only enjoying is not adequate. Enjoying should be considered as a positive relief of stresses. If you got stresses and strain while working physically and mentally and spiritually, you're busy for 10, 20 hours, say 50 hours, 100 hours a week, or sorry, not 100 hours, 60 hours, 70 hours a week, you're busy and you want relief. You can say, I'm in leisure stage, I'm in entertainment. Okay, do that, but in a limited one. If you eat too much, you that stomach pain. Same thing applies to entertainment. If you do more than your work, you will suffer. Your brain will stop working. It will block. Will have virus in. So try to understand analytical power of your brain. Don't waste your energy on something you don't require. Construction is very important in life. Construction of character, construction of body, construction of mind, construction of all powers you have. Don't waste time. This is your money. Money doesn't mean currency only. Your potential is your money, your time is your money, your body is your money, your mind is your money, your efforts are your money. If you pass examination, you feel happy, but if you fail, you don't feel happy because there was some deficiency in your preparations. That's why your result is fail. It doesn't mean you're dead. Pass or fail is just a record, it's just a datum line to understand what graduation you got or you don't got. You failed in something, okay, recover that and you get fun. Just like we compare awards, so this man has got award, this man could not get award. Because there is a little difference, a 2-3% difference in match of both. This led to award. One more award to get award to one and loss award to other one. Nothing more. I mean, life is not award. Life is not. Life is application. You at least participate in each and everything. That is life. It doesn't mean failure or success is there, okay. Failure is also there. Failure is actually the root of success. It's a, if you have failed once, you have failed second, third time, certain you got through and you pass. That's what I'm saying. So now Oracle, I explained to you yesterday, which is a dynamic, very brilliant, very bombastic element with you, in addition to your body. Body is your instrument, your machine. It is like, you can say nowadays 5G says Internet of Things. It's like of Internet of Things in your way. You are using this body for your physical existence, for your physical work, for your life, for enjoying society, for everything. But this body is managed and ruled by your organic power of electromagnetic sphere on your head, and that varies. It is in your control how far can you go to develop that aura. If you can develop it, fine, and it can develop only by application of your thoughts. As much as you can think, as much as you can work, as much as you concentrate on your activities daily life, you can try yourself. Don't waste your time. Work whatever field of work you have. Even if you are writing, go on writing. If you have your school, go on your school and study. Or if you have a job, keep on moving. Don't worry about how much you're getting. Just keep your activities on all the time and intensify power of application of activities, and you will see that your speed is accelerated automatically. Nobody is there, but you say, oh, I have finished this work very soon. I don't know, it's so many hours more to say. What to do? You'll find more time and you'll find more work to fetch, and you will be a leading example there. You say, oh, this man is a lead person over this group, and you can be called a lead, and then for the lead and for the lead. And once you get highest post in that organization or in your business, get the highest power in your business, competitive power. That's what I'm saying is organic development of aura is very important, because aura is really, if you don't develop that, this is your problem. You develop it. If you develop it, you will be happy yourself. You don't need others to help you. You can have this power, and that I told you. If an ordinary person is there who has 80 meters development approximately, I'm not claiming 80 meters exactly here, it can be less or more, but it is about 20-story building or 25-story building, a ball resting on your head to assist you in form of electromagnetic aura, which is a software and nothing else. It's a more powerful software than your computer software, and you are free to use it to your way. And when you intensify further day by day, you get one more power, and that power goes to 10 to power 7. And if you go on further, 10 to power 8, and keep it moving further and further and further by your hard work, by activities, by involvement, by dedication, by devotion, that work, you will reach even up to any number of times. You can say 10 to I said 10 to power minus 6, or I can say 10 to power 20 minus 20, or 10 to power minus 55, 10 to power 100. You can go to any limit. It is in your control. You can be a brilliant person. You can read nature yourself. You can move your soul to any place in universe, in your dream or in your half vision. You shall enjoy your life. So I am flying. I was flying somewhere and playing in my dream. Yes, you are flying. You are flying not in actually physical plane. You are flying in a spiritual plane, which you yourself might have constructed, or somebody has transferred to you in your dream, because you overlap with many other auras. When your aura increases, say your aura is of 5 kilometers diameter, it may be 100-kilometer diameter. If you are hard working and you are getting more application of your mind, use of your mind, you may get even crossing Sun location and crossing Jupiter location. Means you are enhancing your field of movement and scope of your person in your dream and in your non-dream areas. You will reach wherever you want. If you want a problem, if there you have solution, you don't have solution. If you have a problem, you can solve that problem through complete movement in the aura, and your aura can reach even up to a place in the universe where answer is available in form of knowledge, and that is called Golok in Vedas. But I'm not strictly named by Goloka. You can say knowledge area, just like you can call here on earth artificial intelligence. You can say that is knowledge area AA. And in from that knowledge area, all answers to your problems are available, because those people are responsible for our progress, for our science, for our whatever we are learning and applying here on earth. It is not because of us. We are nothing. We are just machines. We are just bubble of water. We have no basic potential. We are all related to God, and our God is master, doctor, professor, everything. And that answer comes from there. And once your eyesight of negative power, not physical power, with your aura goes to that point, you scan those documents available there and get answer. And once your eye is open, oh, I got this answer from there. I don't know how it got solved, and your answer is available. You can bring it to paper and write that. That is what this is aura. And aura is very powerful, because this tells you this is answer, and this grasps your problem in and communicates it to that place, and you, up to you to increase it, enhance it, make it more and more, and use it. It's not in somebody else. It is your hard work. It is your contemplation of thinking. It is your concentration of thinking. It's your mind. It's your devotion. It doesn't mean you immerse yourself in this sea or ocean of aura. You keep immersing, it's up to you. Or if you want to enjoy your life in a physical form of nuclear family or joint family, that is also up to you, because you have energy. You can use that energy in whatever percentage of portion into your mind or into your sexual life. It is up to you. Nobody can stop you. If you want just to be happy in a small group society or small group family or relations, you are restricted to that by yourself. It's up to you. You are manager of your life, or judge of your life. You can do whatever you want. Nobody stops you. How long can you go? How long do you intend to go? This is up to you. There is no one to stop in your life. God has given you complete freedom, complete charter of your life. What you want, you want to enjoy a normal life, just like dogs and animals stay. It's up to you. They enjoy their life. You can also enjoy that way. There is no difference between human being and animal in that case. If you want just to live, because in society you want to move society, you stay in that way. You study a little, do your job, make your family, enjoy your life, and say I'm a social. Okay, you remain social animal. Nobody's going to ask anything. It's up to you. All are living. Billions of people are social animals. They are living. You can also live. Thinkers having very little, you say history. Scientists having very little in numbers, you say history. There are no lacks of scientists on this earth. Few. There are no lacks of great engineers on this, only few. Not great doctors on this, only few. All are professionals. They are earning money. They are making money. They are living with their wives and children, and that is their life. It is in your hands to choose what you want. Nobody can be forced, but as a normal person, you shall remain normal. As an ordinary life, you will lead nothing else. You will be one person in billions of crowd. You can say you're a bubble in river, you're a bubble in sea. There's some value. If you want to be isolated, you have to go against the stream. You have to keep yourself isolated from a group, or sometimes you have to be within group itself, but must have a differential characteristics. Otherwise, you are normal like animals, nothing else. Aura is different. Aura is your master. It can lead you anywhere, but you have to use it. It cannot come to you automatically to use it. God has agreed, just like a tree grows from very small a plant to a full flesh after 200 years or 100 years, with many layers of endogenous or exogenous characters and sap within that. An analogous species of all layers. Same thing is you. Your mind is a tree of all backgrounds. You use that tree, you can use those fruits if you have want to use. It means your body is your management equipment and your mind is your lead equipment. Use it or don't use it. That is what soul is. Soul doesn't mean some identity or some item or some article. It is you can buy it and use it. It's not available anywhere. It's freely available with you, within you. It comes at the time of birth itself, and then you intensify yourself. Just like an atom comes, it comes as an atom, and it you can use it in chain reaction, just like it happens in nuclear reactor by fission. It happens. A chain reaction is there, and you get the accumulation of this fission management, and results in bomb, or it results in electric power. Just like in a solar circuit, you get solar power and you get electric supply. Same thing applies to us, because our head is like a silicon chips. It has same properties as happens in solar panels, and sun is there. You can use it for electricity and use it for your body. It is same thing. Technology is same, application is same, only difference is components. Components are manufactured here by persons, by people, by technicians, by engineers, and on our head is already manufactured. It depends upon you how you can identify and use it. It is nothing very secret, nothing very unreal. It is real. Your body is there. Your body is adequate to produce a generation for next one. So your body can produce a brain also for next one. When you say I have got children, those children, they are biological children, they are physical children, but you can also have brain children. There are two types of children: biological child and brain child. Brain child is for those who use brain, and biological child is for those who don't use brain, who use body. That is difference, nothing else. It's up to you to manage. I explained to you this yesterday, and I explained to you that you could reach to any location in this universe using your mind. And I had explained to you up to 143 numbers, from starting from 3 and to then it went up to a long. And I told you that if you reach 55, 10 to power 55, you can reach somewhere at the sky. And if you reach further down, further up, and up to just 200, you reach 10 to power 200. It was 8 into 10 to power 95. Just imagine. If you develop your mind just like rishis used to develop, professors used to develop, scientists used to develop, they could reach even stage of 200, 10 to power 200. And they could that could I mean say 10 to power minus 200. If you reach, you get 8 into 10 to power 95 kilometers diameter of that ball. And I just calculated even up to 212. I just calculated. You could copy that further. It is say at 212. If you have a power of aura, it comes out to be 8 into 10 to power 101. See, that is brilliance. Means it cannot be measured by tape or by something. It is just consideration, it's imagination, hypothetical work which I have done, and which can guide us how we should move. Means we should not waste our time. Our time of life is very limited, but mind is very powerful. People say this God, this man is old man, his mind is stopped, or this man is young, his mind is very dynamic and energetic. He has no conscience, he has no control in his mind, but is very angry. This all happens because of lack of concentration. Your power is there, your power is fracture. That's why you're in problem, you're in stress. Otherwise, there is no stress in brain science. Brain science is so powerful, stress got nothing in that. That is very important. You cannot be stressed because you are using your mind. Using mind doesn't make any stress. It gives you happiness. It gives you probability of life enhancement, advancement. You can never be tired if you use mind. Yes, you can be tired when you use your mind. Don't use your mind, you will be tired. You use physical work, you work at physical, you can say labor work, or you can work where mind is very little used, or you can work where there is just like military forces where there is no major thinking of mind, just attention of body. Similarly, you can use your body. There's a difference. The use of body and use of mind. Use of mind is done, of course, with body, but contribution of body is to an extent being fit and supply energy to your mind. And once the body is sometimes weak, you can extract energy from your mind itself, because mind is very much strong. It stores all energies and it is in connection with nature. Whereas your body is in flow of nature. There's a difference. You cannot draw power through your physical body as much as you require, but your mental energy is stored because you multiply your mental energy. Maybe I don't know you what you're thinking, what I'm talking, but this is a fact of life. Spiritual science and power of soul is something completely different. This bank keeps augmenting your amount. There is no restriction. There's no question of fixed deposit or interest in this, because you can draw as much as you want. There is no overdraft. There is no underdraft. There is no, you can say, NAPs. Means you are free to use it. You can say that this is your sea of bank of, like sea. It is not bank. It is sea and oceans. And this is up to you. I just try to convince to you that brain power is very important and soul is there, and that is what I try to explain to develop your brain. Now, I'll go to some other paper now, and that is regarding explanation of what I want to communicate to you, and that is subject known as DRG. DRG is THEURGY, which is very different word. It can be called other locks, other, you can not even locks, other locks, just like prologue. And title of this paper is Applied Spiritual Numbers, which is application of soul in form of numbers. These are not numerals of numerology, nothing to do with that, because numerology is a fictitious work having no background. But this is something different, not related to any book, not related to anything, just relation to your power of God given to you. And it was actually done long back, you can say this was done, but I could not expose you because of absence of media in those days, and now media is there, and I tried to promote this that time, but mathematics is not accepted by people, and they want everything written in their own language, which capacity I missed. I did not have. I had a scarcity of that capacity because I don't know all languages, and even my mother tongue Hindi, which I cannot write so easily. I may speak very broken Hindi even, but I wrote this in English, which people didn't prefer, but I'm helpless in that case. Now, what I started with this, I wrote a preface on that, and that preface says that by sole universal maker and controller's grace, pouring illumination upon me, inferring point to point and phase by phase, theory or doctrine regarding this work communicated through dreams, perceptions, intuitions, occult, vision, etc., forming integrals with source DRG, greatly brought to you, people of first volume of Applied Spiritual Numbers, a book work based on from source DRG, a reflection of parameters and properties of or characteristics of thermosol. I'm using what's thermosol because sol is converted to thermal energy, a kind of, you can say, low power thermal energy, because sol cannot be hot power. It is low power thermal energy, like a lower state, like snow, you can say. When snow falls, people enjoy. Possible to be considered a spiritual heat mechanism to have an opportunity to share with what I could learn through spiritual as well as occult communications, building up a typical precise language which may assist one to apprise what numbers tell, probably making a way to some computed forecast in respect of whatever number in whatever article or in whatever instrument or whatever life you get in. I'm not explaining what numbers and titles I wrote because no meaning of that. Nature commenced communicating with me long back since 1992 with first transfer of number 81, and thereafter process continued for transferring one number after another, accumulating to present status worth enough to be placed first time before whole world community for their assistance and service for whom subject or exponential work has been received. This was my brief preference preface for public humanity that I wrote. In short, I can say I got some assistance from nature because of my little concentration when I was on job, and I could find 2 3 hours 4 hours per day to think for myself instead of going here and there talking to people. Because I was young that time, I didn't prefer to waste time in social movement, on public movement, or going with girls and boys and show, picture show, theater show. And I did not prefer all that. I just wanted to confine myself into my room to keep studying subjects, to keep continuation of whatever I studied in my education or on work, what I could do at home. I started avoiding wastage of time and investing that time onto my building of personality and extracted whatever I could extract from nature. That was my personal approach, and I think that approach is better than wasting time showing oneself that I'm good in society or I'm good at this. You have to sacrifice yourself if you want to achieve something in your life. It doesn't matter you get money or don't get money, because money cannot go with you to heaven or hell. It will be here in whatever form you earn. You have to, even your clothes will not go with you, your body will not go to you, only soul will go. You came to this world with body, but body shall not go with you. Just remember, nothing can go with you except your soul and memory of your soul. So be clear about that. Don't be so greedy or avarice in your life. Think that you need 2 3 rotis or chawal or rice and sabji, and if your body has to go into earth, if you feet of earth, or if your body go to chitta, if you few hours use of that, nothing more than that. So be human being. Don't act like as this world is permanent, this world is not permanent, this world is just a station, airport, and nothing else. It's not more than that. A life of 60, 70 years doesn't give you permanency, doesn't give you convenience need of this earth, doesn't give you anything. You are not honor, you are not even tenant on this earth. Because you tenant also pays money, you pay nothing to nature. So this is just a transfer area, just a theater where you come and act and go. So this is nothing. Be clear in mind. Nobody is your relative, nobody is your friend, nobody is anything, nobody is parent, nobody is something. Your soul is your everything. This communication was not based, I'm just explaining a disclaimer here. This communication work is not based upon any physical scientific form. There's no claim or theory or derivation of formula, but only simple arithmetical mensuration has been applied to get indicative answers. No claim is made for work to be an authentic thesis or professional spiritual direction. No attempt has been made to include or indicate or directing any existing acceptable or recognized forms of faith or religion or sect, etc. But this work corresponds only and exclusively to an imaginary and hypothetical assembled form of spiritual, or more preferably admitted as personal communication, which is hereby presented in service of universal maker and controller for further service of world people according to carrying out dreams received, formal assumed order or command. And that is started, you can say my contemplation started in 1998, long back, which is now about 20 years or more than 20 years. So one is therefore requested to have a thorough reading as well as an understanding, move on, and about complete theories. I may call theories, you may not call theories, up to you. Descriptions, illustrations prior to making any indicative interpretation attempt. Any suggestion or critic or whatever or opposition, or challenge or alert are warmly welcome for future work improvements if received well. Further volume about independent numbers as well as birth time based charts may be worked out, but nothing happened of that because people do not like all such types of subjects, and I was little upset because I could not promote it successfully, though I did not need any money for that. It was just in service of humankind. But I later on got opportunity now in form of international media so that I can communicate whatever is possible. I'm not sure that I am successful, but I have to work whether I am successful or I am unsuccessful. That is not in my hands. This is natural formula that you have to work yourself. Don't depend upon what you get. Anyway, and howsoever I'm saying now that I will explain you further this. Now I started this talk from certain consideration of palmistry. Though I am no spoke of palmistry, I am not a student of palmistry, I am not a scholar of palmistry. Palmistry is something else. It is linked to palm, that's all palmistry. And it's up to those people who are professionals of palmistry or pundits of palmistry. I least bother about that. My contemplation is different. See, I think scientifically, engineering wise, and I say we believe in engineering on questions of why, what, and how. I explained to you before also, and I repeat that. Our head is our leader. Our head, my head and your head, are master of this body. Our heads are communicating with other heads. We have to communicate with each other in family or extra family or outside and public or wherever. When we talk to someone, our mind talks, our tongue is a medium, our eyes are medium to see the person, but mind talks, mind speaks. Everything comes from mind. So my mind is coming from somewhere, source I don't know. My nose is helping it to function. My food is helping it to function to create energy for this so that it works. My eyes are transmitting news of, or you can say scenes to mind to interpret what I'm watching. That is what I'm saying. Similarly, my arms and my palms and my hands are connected to this brain, this mind. And medically, they all accept that mind is linked to both arms, both hands in a crossed manner. Means my right side of brain is connected to my left arm and my left side of brain is connected to my right arm. I'm saying side, but these are left hemisphere and right hemisphere. And my right hand is concerned to work practically, whereas left hand is not concerned to work practically, but extract information from nature. This is general considered, but this is not happening everywhere. Some people use left hand for work, some people use right hand for work. Some stupid says in your this is your woman's hand or this is your man hands. This is all other something others means I don't care for this, I don't like that. But my in general, right hand is used for writing, for work. Left hand is used also for writing, for work in rare cases, but both work in combination. Both hands are 90% of work of both hands. Only writing, when you write, you hold your paper by one hand, write with your right hand, or when you use computer, sometimes use mouse with your right hand, and with left hand is something else you use, or you use a laptop and say you use so many things with your. It's up to you. My only thing is that mind works, and you have to use that. So what I'm saying about palmistry is explanation of physical activity and related activity with mind. I don't believe in lines. I don't. I explained to you about mounts, characters of mounts, because mounts means raised portion on palm, and developed mount is very good raised portion, while less developed is middle one, and why if there's no mount means there is nothing. Mount means a kind of accumulation, just like mountain here on earth is accumulation of sand and up to in certain area to a height level. Mountain you understand. Same thing applies on hand, but properties are there which are very commonly related to planets, they say. And planets are related to sun. And sun and planets supply energies to us. That is what is understood. And there is nothing wrong, because we are all taking sun, we are taking wind, we are taking rain, we are taking so many energies from nature, and something comes to us. That is called physical transmission of energy to our body for functioning every day. And we get that. If we don't get air, we cannot live. If you don't get water, we cannot live. If you don't get sun, we cannot be healthy. It's like that. If you don't get heat, we cannot be healthy. Just like sun rays is a medicine for us, which we may not understand. Sun rays gives you vitamin D. Sun rays gives you many chemicals. Sun rays comes with air pollution also. Sun rays diminishes air pollution. So there are so many things which we may not understand, which doctors will not tell us, because doctors are commercial people. They want to sell their medicines. Medicines are diminished, like as a curtailed. If you go to sun and stand half an hour a day, 1 hour a day, you walk on road, you walk in here, because when you walk on road, you get multi benefits. You walk on road doesn't mean you're just walking. Your body is walking, means first of all you're working. If work is work, work is said your weight moves in certain direction, and if you are in the same direction as weight is, you do work, and you are in different directions, there is coefficient applied to your weight, coefficient of friction, and that is multiplied by that value, where is this quantity of work you have done. So your body, when you walk, it works according to your weight, according to the energy, and that work you cannot understand, but it is you need water, because you are thirsty, you feel thirsty, you dehydrate, you feel what. This means there is something is moving. In addition of that, you are getting power of air into your nose, fresh or not. If you are getting eyesight work, you are getting eyesight, some dust is coming, and also action of eyes is important. Then you are getting sun, that is most important. Without sun, you will not feel healthy. And even if sometimes you have headache or some pain here, some pain there, some pain in joints, some pain in knees, some pain in elbow, you feel sometimes happens, because our blood it gets viscous. You know viscous. Our blood gets viscous, and once it is viscous, it resists movement. Just a viscosity. I have maybe you know don't know what is viscosity. For example, I tell you, something is resisting to move, that is called viscous, and something that is not resisting to move is called less viscous. For example, water. If you take small water, put on floor, don't put in a turbulent way, put in a gradual way. It flows in very slow speed, in a normal way, and in a laminar position. That is called, means resistance to flow is there, but in a laminar way. It's not very fast. This means there is kind of viscosity. Something falls. You take a paste, toothpaste, for example. Toothpaste is very viscous. It is not flowing very freely. Similarly, viscosity means thickness. People call in general thickness. For example, blood pressure, we say, is low blood pressure. Low blood pressure means when pump is supplying less energy, when our heart is supplying less energy to flow of blood, it is called low blood pressure. This means blood is flowing. There is less pressure required. But when blood is not flowing very fast, it is in a thickness, it is viscosity. We say high blood pressure, because more forces are required to move that blood. This is what is my understanding. I'm not a doctor. I cannot challenge, but this is an engineering thought. This is a fluid mechanics thought. That's what it is. So when we move in sun, we get something. That's something you are missing, because nowadays people are not walking. I am surprised to see people are not seen walking. They are seen driving motorcycle, driving scooter, driving cars, driving big cars. I don't know what they want. They are happy to go to gymnasium. They are happy to go to somewhere else, but they are not intent. They are not intending to walk. I don't understand what's happening. Is walking a work of shame? You feel you are low standard if you're walking. How can you? Oh, I am going through car because I am the son of a big father, or I am rich. Car is a symbol of your status. Are we foolish people? Car is an equipment, a machine. That's it. So your body is also a machine. You are driving a car, first of all, you are wasting your time, you are wasting your money, you are wasting diesel and petrol and gas, you are wasting natural production, you are doing everything against nature, you are doing everything against your health, and you are saying, I have a status symbol. There can be no other food. Yes, if it's required, if you're urgent, if it involves your job, it involves to save something else, it involves production, it's right, you use it. But just for sake of driving, I'm going to market to buy vegetables. I'm going to take my girlfriend and move. I'm going to the cinema and making parking for on the road and making blockage on road. Is this sensible? This is what I'm saying. You are doing against nature. All roads are blocked for nothing. People are moving, no business, no target, no aim, just blocking roads because I'm driving car. One person in a car, there are crores of cars on road, there are crores of motorcycles on road. You are burning natural fuel, you are burning tires, you are using abusing steel, abusing fiber, abusing air. You are just polluting air, and you are saying I have standard. You are a bacteria then. You are like an animal. You cannot think, you cannot contemplate how to save nature, how to help God, how to make this better place of living. You are just killing yourself, you are committing gradual suicide. Nowadays, what is happening to air? Air is polluted in every city. Our cities are most polluted. Why is it? Because of our own contribution. We cannot blame science. We cannot blame something. We can blame ourselves. I have to go only in car or by car. Why? Why you can't use public transportation? Or why do you want anyway go? If you go, at least be let it have 4, 5 persons, fine. It's acceptable. 4, 5, 6 person move by car. To some extent, at least it is being properly used. I will use dry Mercedes and I will use the BMW to show people that I have BMW. To whom you want to show? To yourself or to your friends? Even if your friend knows that you have BMW, what benefit you get? What shall and what personality enhancement you will achieve? Nothing. It is foolishness. You are not developing mind, you are not developing body at cost of bad health. You are driving a car, you are going by something. Better go by cycle. If you want to go a few kilometers, or if you even walk for a few kilometers, what's the problem? When there were no cars, people were living. When there were no cycles, people were living. People used to go by walking to schools. Some people used to cross rivers to go to schools. They were much better healthier than we are. Now even to 10 years, 20 years, by oh, I have this problem, I have stress, I have this pain, I have that pain. Bloody what you are. We say we have good forces, air force, they have good army. What type of force they have? Like us, cannot walk, cannot stand, cannot do something. Same generation goes to that one. So what? You have to develop your soul first. Your soul is your strength. You're not developing that. You're deteriorating your body. If you're deteriorating your body, you're deteriorating yourself. You're responsible for bad health. You're responsible for air pollution. You're responsible for depletion of petrol and all that. You're responsible for depletion of ozone layer. You're depletion of everything. You are a criminal. All of us are criminal to nature. But nature cannot prosecute us here on earth. We are not contributing anything to that. We are just making every day by using explosive materials, by using your can say fireworks, by using all kinds of means that can deteriorate air to next and possible. In marriages, we are burning air, we are using explosive, we are using fireworks, we are using world wars, we are using our country's war, we are using this and that. We are every day killing, killing ourselves. We are responsible. Then we say, oh, my son has got asthma, I am having asthma, I am a patient of blood pressure, I have this problem, I have cancer. You are inviting yourself. No one is responsible for that. Don't blame God. God is not doing anything. You are doing yourself against. You are a bad thinker. Your thinker is negative. Those countries who believe in wars, they are negative thinkers. Those countries who say, I will kill you, other country, they are bad thinkers. Because we did not make ourselves, we are not responsible for ourselves, somebody else made us. And we are breaking why you made us. This is a thought, process of thought. Such a foolish process of thought we are having now. Even educated community is having the same thing. Those who are educated, they are more worse. We cannot blame those who are not educated, but educated are more worse. They are worse than animal. They are destroying everything. Because, oh, I have money, I will. What money you have? You have nothing. Use it for constructive activity. Use it for betterment of life. Use it for living a better standard. You use it for better development of society. You have good mathematical knowledge, you have good physical science knowledge, biological knowledge, chemical knowledge, this and that, but then we should use properly as a wealth, not as destructive manner to kill each other. And what's the difference between you and devils? There's no difference at all. You are devil yourself. and you're calling that you are a good person. You have characteristics, these characteristics. Develop yourself. First develop your mind, develop your body, develop society, and then develop your nation and the whole world shall develop. But they are fighting just for nothing. All are criminals, all are alleging upon each other. I am transferring allegations on you, or you're making allegations upon me, and this is happening. And nothing else is happening. So no more explaining more. I'm just coming back to what I said is spiritual circuit. I'm calling that, and I explained to you regarding palm activities in relation to soul and not in relation to astrology. And that is, I had explained to you there. These are palms, two types of palms. I consider maximum is square and rectangle. That is the most important. I've written here a spiritual circuit. I explained in that. I used to have a brief discussion regarding body graph usually described in palmistry literature. Palm contains thumb, four fingers, middle fingers, ring finger, little finger, and mounts as Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Mercury, Mars between Jupiter and Venus, Venus, Moon, Mars between Moon and Mercury. Power of palm depends on profile of mounts, which can be read by inclining palm with light allowed on that. Portion below fingers are as follows. Once again, I repeat this because maybe I spoke fast from Karen. I say I wish to have a brief discussion regarding body graph, usually described as palmistry literature. Palm contains thumb, forefinger, middle finger, and ring finger is one, and little finger. Once again, this is thumb, forefinger, middle finger, this is ring finger, and this is little finger. And mount is, you can see Jupiter. This is Jupiter, this is Saturn, this is Sun, this is Mercury, this is Mars, and this is Venus, this is Moon, this is Mars. Power of palm depends on profile of mounts, which can be read by inclining like this or like this. Palm with light allowed on that. Portion below fingers is read as follows. From thumb and forefinger towards little finger, means from thumb here, from thumb and forefinger towards little finger is Jupiter, Saturn, Sun, Mercury. Below is Venus and this is Moon, and between Jupiter and Venus, this is Jupiter and Venus, this is Mars 1 upper, and between Mercury and Moon, this is here, and center here is plane of Mars. This is description just for purpose of transmission, purpose of communication, no other purpose. Now, little characteristics I'm giving again just for purpose of reference so that you can understand what I'm talking. It is nothing to do with forecast or something, just connection of body into your mind. Jupiter means leadership, authority, knowledge, political and general knowledge, not scientific knowledge. Mentally, non-scientific. Mental knowledge, but non-politics, you can say. Creativity, creative, generosity, speech, pride, beauty, attraction. That is what is Jupiter means. All politics, you can say. All diplomacy, you can say. That type of leadership where analysis is not required, deep thinking is not required. That is once again I repeat. Jupiter is a leader, is authoritative, is knowledgeable in politics in general, mentally non-scientific, creative, generous, speech, pride, beauty, attraction. This all happens with those leaders, who have no deep knowledge, but they are leaders, they are politicians everywhere in the world. You can not only in India, everywhere go. You can see American president is talking sometime in illogical way. Same thing, Russian president talks in some illogical way. All do like that. Everywhere, go to Gulf, go to somewhere else, you will find same characters in all political leaders in ourselves. Saturn, Shani, you call it Saturn. Saturn is actually judiciary. Saturn means judiciary. Follow up also is Saturn. Fabrication is also Saturn. Hard physical work is also Saturn. Worldly practice is also Saturn. Destruction also. Prevention, surgery. This is Saturn. Mainly is judiciary because it's impossible that. Mars. Mars is soul molding because Mars is energy. It molds your soul, it enhances your soul, it depreciates your soul, it increases your soul, it will augment energy. Soul energy stored it is. You can use as much as you want. It depends upon you. Flexible nature, emotional, mental power, balancing and power. This is Mars. Come back to Moon. We can see Moon from here itself. It's imaginary, short term, superficial, confusing, and cold. These are properties. I'm again saying this is just indicator talk. There's nothing to within logic or use from these planets. Just what are they? I'm explaining. For purpose further explanation, when we enter into number areas, we'll enter into numbers now after that. Mercury. Mercury is communication. Maths it is because it's memory. Logic it is. Commerce, memory, coordination, physical and mental effect, mental travel, long travel. This all because of Mercury. Then comes Sun, which is called king of solar system. It is work, it is result, it is power, punctuality, regularity, success, anger. Come Uranus. Now Uranus. There are two, Uranus and Neptune, which are all different. Uranus is electricity, revolution, fashion. It occupies Saturn position. Means it is same place where I explained Saturn. Here is Uranus, and also balancing Mars. Then Neptune and Pluto occupy Sun position. These are Neptune and Pluto. There's no separate for them. They are just having same position. When Saturn doesn't exercise in power, this is Uranus. There is down. And send Saturn down doesn't mean useless, but is much more powerful because it's revolutionary. It is electricity. It is fashion. It is Saturn. It's like about Saturn position. But Neptune and Pluto are in Sun position. When Sun is up, you are a famous person. When Sun is down, you may not be famous, but you have different kinds of properties of Neptune and Pluto. Pluto floats means. Now, just the further explanation from writing I'm telling you now, because this writing was done long back, I cannot explain without reading this. No mount acts singly. What I'm saying, no mount acts singly, but in combination to one another. And palm readers should combine effects of all these mounts. Most non-scientific dominating mount on palm is Jupiter. I said most non-scientific dominating mount on palm is Jupiter, making person professor, pandit, leader, generous, learned, angry, reliable, invisible, wealthy. Wealthy means spiritual wealth. Once again, most known scientific dominating mount on palm is Jupiter, making person professor, pandit, leader, generous, learned, angry, reliable, invisible, wealthy. Person having this mount well developed and connected to other developed mounts of Venus, Moon, Mars, Sun shall apply all efforts in one's life, utilizing spiritual strength and power, making everything a success and may be called a ruling person. Ruling person means Raj Yogi. Raj Yogi, this kind of person cannot be defeated by persons possessing ordinary profile palms except by mistrust or by fraud or by cheating. Raj Yoga doesn't mean Raja, it means no problems can come to you, and if problems come to you, solutions follow problems. Means you shall win everything and stand in a win-win situation when you work hard using your soul, don't sleep, don't waste your time. This means that. Means these mounts are not freely, these are not independent mounts. Mounts are powers, means you have to connect, we have to coordinate all these mounts. I cannot simply say I have this mount is, for example, Jupiter development. I say, oh, I am leader. No, you cannot be. You have to draw other powers from other mounts. For example, I have Jupiter here, Saturn here, both are developed. But both are opposite as well, because political leaders and justice cannot sit in same equal level. Justice is always higher. Jupiter is a political person. Political person doesn't need any qualification. Justice is a power, is a qualified person. Both are not having same value. They are different. And then you say sun. Sun is something else. It forces you work. It forces you because you are going to have fame, and fame cannot be received without work. You have to work, you have to devote, you have to work hard and hard and hard. Only then you can come in front. Otherwise, you cannot come in front. People cannot pull you and put somewhere else. No, it cannot be. Your personal effort shall bring you to sun. Same thing here is Mars is a communication power, memory power, mathematical power, communication, memory, coordination, all that is it is Mercury. And then you Venus and Jupiter, both are reverse. This is political. I am political. I am prime minister. I am king. I am this. I am that. But this is no. I don't believe you. I am also equal to you. You are guru. I am also guru. But I am scientist. I am atom bomb maker. I am this and I am that. I am in the field of analysis. I am field of theory. I am field of practicality. You are just talkative field. This is difference. You only talk. I work. They say. I am scientist. I am engineer. I am professor. I have knowledge. I am technologist. You're only talking, do nothing. You're only promising. Just like they're doing. They're promising not to fulfill. They know they are making promises because they are not going to fulfill. But this man, who is Manasian, who doesn't make promises, he does after doing something, announces. That's the difference. And they call in our Veda, these are devils. This is the difference. Means those who don't work, they call gods. And those who work, they call devils. This is a problem. Oh, they Asur hai, he's Rakshas hai. This is a problem. Means you molded this world into their way of thinking without doing any analysis. That's what I'm explaining. This is something different. I'm not believing in palmistry because palmistry is foolishness. This is based on some pundits' thought. And pundits don't work. They never do work. You will not find any pundit doing hard work in life or doing labor work in life. They only talk and want money. That is word of pundits. But word of others is not like that. You have to work to get money. You have to work to get success. Those who work are pundits for me, not those who say Om Namo Shivaya. No, I don't consider them pundits because they are cheats. They want to grasp money just by using not doing nothing. I am asking those who build this world. They are pundits. A man who is a good engineer, who can deliver to society something good, who can teach society, who can mock society, who knows everything about subject. For me, that person is pandit. I don't consider a pandit having this tika and all that and having yellow clothes, suffering clothes, and I am no. You are a cheat. You are an absolver of society. You are making absolve society foolish one. You are leading us in the wrong direction. You are not Pandit, you don't know anything about Dharma. Dharma is a science, Dharma is a mathematics, Dharma is something else. Dharma is not what you are considering Hindu or something else. Dharma means Krishna's knowledge, Dharma means Ram's knowledge, Dharma means Satyavadi Harishchandra's knowledge, Dharma means Veda's knowledge, mathematical knowledge, trigonometry knowledge, algebra knowledge. This is all Dharma. Dharma constructed universe. Pandit did not construct universe. Pandit is an imposter in the name of Brahma. Pandit is an imposter in the name of Dharma. They are misleading us, just like other religions are misleading the whole world. That's what I'm telling. So my consideration is completely different. I believe in soul. I believe in humanity. Soul moves me, not someone Pandit or someone Maulvi or someone else. I am moved by my own power, by my own efforts, and my own efforts is Dharma. If I don't work, I am not Dharma. If I sleep, I am not Dharma. If I worship, I am not Dharma. This is my worship. Service to God. God made me here. God sent to me this place in earth. This earth is my work area. I have to work for God to make His work better to His requirement, to His specification, to His designs. Not because of what I have been told by these pundits and this all what they say. This is business, just like politicians' business nowadays. Same things, pundit business nowadays. You go to temple, they try to catch you and loot you. Oh, give me so many rupees, I will make aarti for you. They say like this. I many times visit Kalka. This happens. Oh, you want to come in? Come in, please. I'll get you Aarti. Why you want to? No, no, just come in. I'll do Aarti for you in evening. I said, I'm not local. I don't know. No, 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 just give me 1100 or some few thousands. This is what I said. You want for Aarti 11,000, 1100 for what? What you are going to do that? Tell me. You just want to keep others people out of line and you want to take me as VIP into temple. I am not VIP and I don't want to be VIP because VIP is meaningless for me. Every person is important in life. Every person is VIP. What VIP you are? You are a prime minister, what VIP? You are a human being. You are same as I am. No difference. You got a post, that's it. This post is not by your hard work, by cheating, by false statements. All prime ministers spoke fast in some time. Indira Gandhi used to tell all false. Modi is telling false. All still false. These people make false statements, all whatever party they belong to, I don't care for that. So I don't value you as prime minister because you are a cheat. All prime ministers have been cheat. They wanted themselves to be in power all time, and that's it. I don't have a seat of PM. I'm a PM in myself. I am PM for my work. You are my money you are using. That's it. I am working hard. I am following my sweat. I am working day and night. I am doing for me. I am paying you tax. And 50 crore people are paying tax for you and you are enjoying your life. I am PM, I am minister. But you are my servants in bloody hell. What you are? Same thing here applies. You are not dharma operator. You are not representative of God. You are just a crook because you are looting me. Why you are looting me? Why should I touch your feet? What you are? I will touch feet of God, not for you. Don't give me blessings. I don't need your blessings. I don't need blessing from any pandit. I need blessing from my father. That is Godfather. Mother or father, whatever it is, I consider same gender for both. They are both same, both genders. I come Ma call it, or Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu you call it, or Christ you call it Guru Nanak, or you call it Allah, whatever you call it. For me, they are my family, they are my head, they are everything, and that is what Saul is. There are no varying religions. If there were varying religions, there was different. Many suns would be there, many moons would be there, many skies would be there. All are walking on feet, all are using head for work. Nobody is walking by you by head. A child is born in 9 months still. All are eating by mouth. All are using same type of phenomenal life. What's the difference then? What's the religion then? It's only foolishness just to create fighting among society. I'm Muslim, you are Hindu, and this and that, but nonsense. Nothing has to do with this. Nothing has to do with soul. Blood is red, blood is white particles. If you go to a hospital, you cannot say this is Muslim blood, Hindu blood, Sikh blood, this blood, that blood. So no, I want a blood transfusion, that's it. Then where your religion goes in that? Then your religion is off the track. When you are coming forward, religion comes in. This is not so not nonsense. Tell me. Saul says, no religion, power, work for me, work for you, work for God's creations, work for everything. That is what Saul says. Anyway, I'm not going to politics. It's nonsense to go into politics this time because I don't believe in that. What is happening currently? Anyway, I continue that. So I was just now let us say what I explained very important last time, and again I go in explanation. What is work-oriented link? Work-oriented links. This is Karam Yoga. See, this palmistry I'm explaining it not because I'm a palmist. No, I'm not a palmist. I'm just explaining for something else. And don't get confused by these people who are just misleading us and you because they are misinformed. Subject of palmistry has been used just to befool people, nothing else. It is a graphics, nothing else. It is a graphics of your mind, your brain, how it thinks. So Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Moon, what I'm saying is work-oriented links. Just you see, really take your Jupiter, go to Mars, go to Venus, go to Moon, go to Mars, go to Mercury, go to Sun. Once again, you start with Jupiter. Jupiter, then Mars below thumb. See, start Jupiter, forefinger, Jupiter, then go to Mars below thumb, then go to Venus, then go to Moon, then go to Mars, then go to Mercury, and then go to Sun. This is called work-oriented route, work-oriented links, Karam Yoga. Very hard work route. Here you have to work. Luck will not help you, work will help you. Work helps you here. If work, luck comes to you. If you don't work, it will not come. Jupiter draws knowledge from nature. Spirit and zero circle. I explained to you zero circle also before. Jupiter draws knowledge from nature. Mars energizes. Now I'm telling properties how this route works. Jupiter draws knowledge from nature. Mars energizes and transfers energy to Venus. Once again, Jupiter draws knowledge from nature, from spirit, from zero circle, and Mars energizes and transfers energy to Venus. Venus converts this energy by use of developed Venus. See, there are two, Venus or developed Venus. Venus converts this energy by use of developed Venus into romantic, scientific, engineering, or some other scientific applications, capacity of which person possesses. You understand? Do you know? Get it? Venus converts this energy by use of developed Venus into romantic, scientific, engineering, or some other scientific applications, capacity of which person possesses, makes person happy in totality. Means physically and mentally. While this mixture of transit is further enriched by developed mount of moon, means next one is moon. While this mixture of transit is further enriched by developed mount of moon, if so occurs. Drawing balance of results through use of equilibrium energy available on Mars, mount rectifying any available defect from previous effect. Again, makes person happy in totality, physically and mentally, while this mixture of transit is further enriched by development of moon, if so occurs, drawing balance of result through use of equilibrium energy available at Mars, mount rectifying any available defect from previous effect, and all resulting decision is carried forward to mount of Mercury, which programs it properly, feeds into person's computer for communication and coordination to mount of Sun for result of or success or fruit in form of work completion. This cycle from Jupiter mount to Sun mount is called work efforts or Karam Yoga. I think you got it. Move from Jupiter, go to Mars located below thumb, then go to Venus, further to Moon, and then to energizing Mars and Mercury, and after that to Sun. This is what it is. And if some of this route is undeveloped, person shall have to apply extra efforts to achieve required results. What I said, if some of this route is undeveloped, for example, your Mars is not developed, or your Moon is not developed, or your Mercury is not very well developed, it's like that, or even if Jupiter is not developed. If some of this route is undeveloped, person shall have to apply extra efforts to achieve required results by enriching the effective portion of mountainous terrain to or topography. Mountainous terrain or topography. If there is some defect on some mount, you have to apply extra effort to compensate that, to replenish that, to get success. And extra effort can be applied by additional willpower. Willpower, you all understand, Ichha Shakti. Extra effort can be applied by additional willpower of spirit or soul to be used for daily affairs for achievement of target. This is top process of universe which can change destiny of an individual. Nature also desires a person to enjoy life by using this method, and when person starts this method or procedure, there forms sequence of successful results. Performance on person's efforts, flow of spiritual energy and power which further augments person's energy for further efforts. But problem is that in this modern world, everyone wants or believes in shortcuts to achieve goals, wealth, and it's very difficult to follow this path all times for common individual. Only a few percentages of people can practice this procedure. I think you got it. Means it's not easy. It's very hard working and determination is required. Not easy route. You have to avoid this if you don't want to work. If you want to sleep, avoid this. If you don't want to progress, avoid this. But you cannot avoid this. If you want to progress, if you want to gain something, do something, have some target, have some good education, have some good in life, you want to progress in any field, whatever field, even if you want to do illegal work, you have to apply this, because nothing is available on roads. Gold bags are not lying on roads. Money is not born, not grown on trees. You understand that. Even if you are born rich, you will spoil that money if you don't have mind, if you don't have extra thinking, or you don't have, or you just go on spending this without any context, without thought, without any design, then target, you will lose each and everything. So Karma Yoga is very important and for everybody. If somebody thinks, no, I sit, I go to astrologer, ask him how what day today is good or bad, on what is my time doing, I should start this vocation. You keep your mind busy every all whole life in this. I'll go to Pandit first, I'll go to Muli first and ask, should I start this vocation? That is called foolishness. All days are good, all time is good, no difference in anything. You are not good. Start something, do it. Why you worry what will happen? It's not your hand it's going to happen bad, and it's not your hands going to. You cannot check time. You are not about time. Pandit is not about time. If Pandit had this much knowledge to improve your life, why he would have Pandit? Why is Pandit poor? Pandit has got no money to live because it doesn't work. He wants something to do for you in a false way and get some dakshina. Same thing applies to you. You don't want to work. You go every time, give him money, you give me this, give me that. He will give you some tantra, mantra, yantra, and you say, I use to go to temple, donate this thing, go to there, give some prasad, go to there and there. He will keep you busy all time and wasting your time, in which time you could do something better than that. So you are misled. Don't be misled. Be practical, be intelligent, don't be completely fool, be theoretical, be ready to convert theory to practice. That is life, that is karma yoga. Don't waste time. Time is important. Time goes cannot come back. Money goes can come back. Your pain goes can come back. Your comfort goes can come back. But time is not your friend. Time is not your enemy. Time is not for you. You are for time. Time cannot stop at your command. Time cannot stop anyway. But time is also not original. Remember it. It is a relative. The time here on earth is not real time. This is a relative time. So I just explained about work-oriented link. Now let us go to something else. Jupiter to Saturn to Sun. It's small. You start with Jupiter, go to Saturn and go to Sun. Small route. Direct success route is called. Person who have person who has developed Jupiter and Saturn mounts may resort to direct success. You may like it, I know. Person who has developed Jupiter and Saturn mounts may resort to direct success. Root for their efforts, provided Saturn is not very well developed. Because Saturn opposes Jupiter. This means by leading and other qualities of Jupiter, one can achieve direct sun, which imparts success, fame, fruit, and such person are born wealthy. Are you born wealthy? You have to see yourself. If you are born wealthy, then won't be here, you do something else. In case Saturn is well developed, there shall be a difficult situation to cross Saturn station, because Saturn provides opposing characters to Jupiter, as both have charged ship of opposing nature. Jupiter being political, while Saturn being judicious. This is the difference. If you understand, it's no need of explaining this very simple statement. Both are opposite to each other, and if you got developed Jupiter, it is not easy to cross. Developed Saturn, it's not easy to cross from Jupiter to Saturn, because Saturn has different characteristics. It will make checks of everything. It's like custom at here, and show me this and show me that, and then only you can cross. That is what I said. Direct is also not successful, and because only those problems are born rich, or persons are born rich, and they have to face different type of responsibility, different type of problems in life. Saturn and Sun, now let us say Saturn and Sun, both are kings, close root, money making, worldly affairs, privation, science. Persons who have developed Saturn and Sun can get easy success by any means being conscienceless. It is risky to have state trust in such person because who is wealthy, who has no problem in life, who believes in all worldly affairs, who means for whom no hard work is not important, for whom seriousness is not important. You can trust, you cannot trust that man. He cannot be trusted by us hard workers. He can be trusted only by those they are like that person. Now, I'm just trying to do this analysis in a way that you can understand properties which are carried over by these mounts. And now it's Venus, let us say Venus, Moon, Mars, Mercury, and Sun. This is scientific route. It's different. So far, I told you there are two routes. Those two routes are average for average person. Now I'm entering something, a specialty. We start with Venus, go to Moon, then go to Mars, then go to Mercury, and go to Sun. This is called science route. Development of these mounts provide person with characteristics to use available scientific knowledge to refine further by applying that knowledge at research, development, and investigations. Because Venus is science. Venus is complete science and it goes to moon and then Mars because route is there. You cannot avoid that. Venus cannot jump and come to Mercury or Sun directly. It has to go through a device route, and that is this one. Because moon is there, that balances it. Mars is there, that energizes it, and Mercury communicates it, and then Sun, which results in. Other one is Jupiter, Saturn, Sun. Means cut is in curtailment by each mountain. Now I'm saying Jupiter goes to Saturn and goes to Sun. Constructive and destructive route. Constructive and destructive route. Strong development of these mounts provide person constructive and destructive qualities due to leading or other Jupiter's characteristics and opposing Saturn's characteristics results in self-destruction. Then that is the other route. Saturn, Sun, Mercury. Saturn, Sun, Mercury. Business and commerce route. Well-developed mount, well-developed mounts of Saturn, Sun, and Mercury provide with person characteristics of commerce, trade, mathematics, communication, use of science, and few more. Only very little. Venus, Saturn, Mercury. Venus, Saturn, Mercury. Pleasure, pleasure. You like it. Combination of Venus, Saturn, and Mercury provide person with habits of driving physical and mental pleasure with aimless scientific growth for research or fire materials. Now I'm going to explain only about Uranus, which means a fashion. Uranus, fashion, electricity, very important. And generally we call revolution, sudden change, modern science, and actually to be out of subject and be some orthodox, it applies to God Hanuman, Uranus, Uran, Uranus we call it, but actually Uran it is. Neptune, sensation, mass emotion, devastation, delusion, because it is Neptune and another is Pluto, creates and destroys, power, lust, strong obsession. So there are three planets which are not directly mounted on palm, but which are indirectly engaged there in encroachment of original moons. Uranus, which is on Saturn, Neptune and Pluto, which are on Sun. And Neptune, when there is a cyclone, you can say tsunami or sea work or work of ocean like that, these Neptune and Pluto come into picture during earthquake, etc. So absence of Saturn may provide with the person the characters of Uranus in case other parameters on palm are available, mounts and connections lines. When there is no Saturn, there applies these properties of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and which gives a different characteristics. Means if Saturn mount is not present, doesn't mean person is useless. Means person becomes revolutionary. Persons become different kind of thinking, positive and negative both. Not always saying, oh, I'll get this. No, if you don't get this, what shall I do? How shall I find it? That type of characters, negative value of negativism is very important. You know that if you don't have negativism value, positivity cannot come in. All sciences are full of negativism. All mathematics full of negativism. Nature has been constructed by negative science. Nature has been used constructed by negativism, by use of negative science. All nuclear science, all atomic science, all modern physics, all these are full of negative values. Just like I explained to you in aura, for example, which cannot be seen is called negative value, which can be seen positive value. Positive, this positive means material word, which can say this earth is positive because we can see it, but something which is not seen, this is felt only, is called negativism. Flow of electricity is not positivism, it's negativism. Mathematics power is negativism when used in negative side, just like as 10 to the power minus 6 is a micron power in computer. It cannot be seen, but it can be used. Similarly, so many things available in earth which cannot be seen, which can be used. Same thing, our state is electrical static current flowing in us itself, electromagnetic current flowing in us itself, in form of soul, in form of strength, in form of spirit. We cannot see that, but we can work. I am talking to you. You cannot see my words coming out of my mouth, but you can hear. That is what is negativism. Negative value is more significant than positive value because positive value is temporary. It can be seen and we can say, oh, over. But negative value cannot be seen, but it works. That is more important. My mind is thinking. I don't know how it is thinking, but it is thinking. You don't know that. Sun is in, out. We cannot catch it. Same thing which is not in our control, for us that is negative. Which we cannot see, that is dark. That is what negative power is. Means negative power is more important and positive power follows negative power. We start x-axis and y-axis in graphics. You see on right side of origin it is positive and on left side it is considered negative. Same thing applies to y-axis. On upside it's called positive ordinate, while on downside it is called negative ordinate. We call it trigonometry, we call everywhere in graphics we say this is negative, this is, but without that negative, positive cannot appear. For example, we say 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Both are positive. But when we say 2 into minus 2, what is that? You will not say 4. You say minus 4. When one is positive, one is negative, and we are multiplying, result is negative. This means negative identified, they are not positive. But when two negative meet and in multiplication it is positive, whereas in summation it is minus. When you say minus 2 plus minus 2, what is the result? You will say minus 4, you will not say 4. But you say, okay, multiply minus 2 with minus 2, you will say 4. This means negatives can be multiplied into positive. But negatives can be summed into negative. Accumulation of negativism is negativism, whereas multiplication of negativism is positivism. This means positive is formed by negativism. Right or wrong? When you square up, you say minus 2 whole square, you will say 4. Right? Positive is formed because of negativism, whereas 2 to power 2 is also 4. So negativism is extra energy, extra wealth. Am I wrong? You maybe you know mathematics, you don't know mathematics or something else. But mathematics affects life. Mathematics runs life, whole system. Whole universe is running on mathematics. That is the result. Proof is 365 days, 365 to 5 days in a year. Equals 7 days a week. It's 24 hours a day. All this is what? This is mathematics. Astronomy, which is also based on mathematics. You know astronomy? Relative positions of various planets in a defined time. In a set time, in a specific time, that is called astronomy. I'm not talking astrology, just take a difference. I am talking astronomy, which is science. Relative positions of planets and stars is a subject of astronomy. So astronomy is ruled by mathematics. This is designed by mathematics. Position of sun, moon, and all planets are designed by mathematics. This means mathematics were designed sometimes before this world started. God must have known very, very top class mathematics. That's why he designed this. Otherwise, he could not create these relative positions of stars. Sun is located 15 crore kilometers from here. We know all that. And 75 crore kilometers location of Jupiter. These are so big gaps are stationary. Dynamics and I'm working, I have been working for centuries and millenniums, and I don't know since when, but they are working successfully. That is mathematics. Your body is working successfully, that's mathematics. Everything is based on calculations. Nothing is free of calculations. Just take an example, a simple example. Don't go far away. We are all having little knowledge of science and fluid mechanics. Let us go to sea. Sea is defined as a water body which can go up to 4 kilometers. And ocean is defined as a water body which can go up to 10 kilometers. I explained to you before. So again, I'm just refreshing it for some calculation purpose, why it happens. Now I say, what is weight of water? Which is density of water is 1000 kilogram per meter cube, right? 1000 kilogram per meter cube. This means 1 ton per meter cube, right? If you go to bottom of a sea, what should be pressure there? Just tell me what it is. If you go to 4 kilometer below, this means 4000 meters. If 1 cubic meter of water is 1 ton per meter square, right? That is weight. That is vertical pressure. 1 cubic meter of water means 1000 kilogram per square meter is pressure. So when you go to seabed, which is 4000 meters from surface, this means 4000 kilogram per square meter is pressure there. 4000 tons per meter square. 4000 tons per meter square at seabed. And when you go to ocean bed, ocean is generally 10 kilometers maximum. So 10,000 tons per square meter is pressure there. 4,000 tons per square meter and 10,000 tons per square meter. Imagine 4,000 tons per square meter, 1 meter by 1 meter. What shall happen to rock there? Is rock that strong there to resist this pressure of vertical pressure? I'm not talking about horizontal pressure, I'm talking about vertical pressure. This means if that rock is not hard too hard, it will start crumbling. 4,000 ton in 1 meter by 1 meter, it will start crumbling, and of course it will crumble. And water will penetrate into that, it penetrates into that. So what happens? Rock got sulfates in that, rock got salts in that, rock got chemicals in that. All liquefaction happens there because of this pressure of 10,000 tons and 4,000 tons per square meter, respectively, at sea and ocean bed. So that liquid comes out in form of salts, mixes up with water and reaches surface, and we call this sea water is salty. Why river water is not salty? Rivers are entering into sea and terminating there. But sea water is salty. This is mathematics. This is calculations. 10,000 ton per square meter is very big weight. You have no machine as such precious. But that bed is having this pressure forever until sea exists. And that's crumbled all time. Water penetrates in and salt and chemicals erupt, reach by gradual dissolution and settle also. And this is what happens, so-called work of God and work of these agencies. So is it interesting or not? Just you think yourself. It doesn't matter, it should be in books we can think on. I mean to say that I just thought to have an explanation about that by thinking. I didn't read it anywhere. But this is science, this is engineering. We have to think like that. So let's go further and say absence of Saturn may provide with person characteristic of Uranus in case other parameters on palm are available. Neptune and Pluto are indicated to be present on undeveloped Sun if other palm parameters are. Now, where is the question of connecting lines? No, it's not in purview of my talk, but just for information purpose how it works. Connecting lines on palm should be treated as graph direction and relative expression of mounts on palm. Black point. Any black point, black point we call mole. Black point on any mount adds to power of mount. Even black point on any mount adds to power of mount, even if mount is not well developed, and points presence on developed mount adds tremendously to mount power. Black point on reverse side of palm adds immensely to power of mount. And fingers but invisibly plays an important role. No one may understand what person does and how success comes from relevant efforts. So this is general reading of palm and black points on palm. You can till or you can call whatever you want to say. No one line or mount and palm can give an answer about person, but only a complete, comprehensive exercise of reading, observing, interpreting palm by an experienced palm reader may give clues about general nature of person and one's spiritual control. Do not forget, if spiritual control is enhanced and regularly exercised, all palm lines and other graphical characters shall alter from time to time. Connections of mounts are very important, but these matters are not in scope of this work. For in palmistry literature, complete details are available for references. You can refer to palmistry if you want to know more. My only intention was to refer to you how this works. So don't think that palmistry is a permanent subject. It can tell you whatever you want to know. It is just a graphics and nothing else. And depending upon your mental work and depending upon your activity and how you think in life, how you perform, how you approach, how you use your energy, how you make your life, how much work you dedicate to yourself, to your activities, to your work, to your profession, to your society, your palm shall keep on changing from time to time, from week to week, from day to day, and don't worry about that. Because there are people who don't have palms and still they are advancing in life, they are working in life, they are living. So it has nothing to do with what I'm saying is. Therefore, better don't worry about these things. Worry about activities, worry about works, worry about your intention, worry about your concentration, worry about your approaches, worry about that. Don't worry about palm, don't worry about astrology, don't worry about this makeup, worry about your soul. If you have good soul, powerful soul, you are a good person, you are a hardworking person. Those who work hard get results. Those who don't work hard, they just sleep, they don't get anything except what they have got is by their luck. That is what. Soul purpose is different. My intention is to generate your souls, to enlighten your soul, to let you understand what soul is. Because people don't understand soul is they take in a religious way. I'm not taking it in the religious way. I am taking a practical way. Soul is my power, soul is your power. Strength is there that it has to be used just like there is strength in material, there is strength in soil, there is strength in concrete, there is strength in steel, there is strength in machine. Everywhere there is strength. God has given strength in each thing, each material. Though a material cannot speak, but it is strength, it can be used. Similarly, my soul cannot speak, my power cannot speak, but I can use that. It is kind of material. It is called soul, imaginary, but it is my strength. It adds to my strength. My strength is there. The primary strength is there. Just like we say, prime this pump first, and then this pump will work. Similarly, it says, prime your soul first. This will work. Prime your mind. This will work. We teach KG student. We teach primary student. We teach secondary student. Gradually, we keep the student up and up and up because mind is blank at the time or is full of previous thoughts in the last birth, but we have to deplete that and bring new knowledge to that person, that boy, and boy starts learning gradually from one thing, two thing, counting tables and this and that, and then English and CAT cat and already read, and goes on learning in life, and once become doctor, engineer, professors, or whatever scholar he becomes. That is gradually a training, what we call it training, educational training. Same thing applies to us. Our body is physical training and our body is spiritual training and mental training, and they call yoga training as well. Yoga is not meant for yoga. Yoga is different. It's nothing to do with this because yoga is a connection between God and person, and they are calling it yoga, which is not yoga, which is just physical exercises. All these people teach physical exercises in top, but they call it yoga. It's up to them. What you call it, but your accept is up to you. But I'm not calling it yoga because yoga is this, which I'm calling because you have to connect your soul to God. This is yoga. They call it meditation. No, this is not meditation. I'm not talking about meditation. Meditation is a focus of imaginary world. There's no need of sitting just like meditation, say, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Brahmaya, and all that. No need of that, of Christian. No need at all. Your work is your meditation. Your concentration is your meditation. Tapasya, concentration is tapasya. Be involved in, be work, be immersed in that. Don't think about God name and this name and that name. They don't need that name. Why shall God say, oh, God has given you work? That is your prayer. You're not doing for yourself. Even I have a job, I'm working, it's not only economical survival of person. Economical survival is one result, but survival of this earth, survival of God's activity, survival of my responsibility that I came from God home to do something, that is my job. Prayer is not my job alone. If I do my work, that is prayer. Prayer is worship. That's a work is worship. Yes, work is worship. Responsibility is worship. If I work for God and submit that work to that person, even though I work for any company or for any government or someone, I am working for that God because earth belongs to that God. It doesn't belong to my company. It doesn't belong to my government. This belongs to that power. That is honor of this earth. So I am ultimately doing for that. So that's my prayer. I should understand that way. Be open minded. I am not disregarding prayer. Prayer has something to do with someone else, but that is not exclusive. Prayer is a part of life. How much you spend in the prayer? Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour daily, 1 hour maximum. You cannot do more than that. But in the job, how much you are spending? You are spending 12 hours, 15 hours. In your shop, you are sitting 18 hours. In your restaurant, you are working. In your wherever you work, you work many hours every day. Even Sunday you go, on Friday you go, all daily you go, on holidays you go. That is prayer or half an hour prayer. Which is prayer? Tell me. Prayer on volume together. That is your family. You are working whole day or night, or your personal family is yours more important than that. Don't connect these things. These are part of life. Saul says, I am your master, use me. I am your teacher, you are my student, learn from me. But I don't want to learn from you because I feel bored. You are just telling me, do this and do that. I'm not interested in. I want a comfort of life. I want to sleep and see dreams. I want to drink. I want to enjoy. I want to make hangover. Okay, do it. If you want to live for eating, live for eating. They say you are living to eat or eating to live. Same thing happens. Enjoy your life, but don't forget, you cannot enjoy for always. You cannot enjoy full life because you will feel bored even from enjoying. But when you use your mind, you will not feel bored because mind is continuity. It doesn't station. Mind cannot station itself. Even if it stations, it keeps changing its acceleration, speed. Everything is changing is signals. Everything is changes. So mind is something very soft. It is something very hard. It is something very cruel and something very kind also. God is a mind. It has no restriction. It's up to you how you use it. And that is work of soul. Mind is measurable and mind is not measurable. It is not measurable also, it is measurable also. It can be measured from your results, from actions. Once you are busy in mind, you will yourself surprise. How much have you worked? I don't know I could work that much. Because it's not you, it is somebody else is working. You are only a medium, like you is writing in pen, pen is a medium, your hand is a medium, one writer is someone else. That's what soul is. Soul is your master, soul is your leader, soul is your director. Let's go to something else. Just now say, I just discussed with you about connections of these lines, and no one, no one line or mount on palm can give an answer about person I told you. Complete comprehension is required. Spiritual control is required. These are graphic characteristics. Connection of mounts are very important, but these matters are not in the scope of this. Okay, head of brain line, which starts from Jupiter oblique Mars junction, and headline is brain line. This you can call headline. It should travel smoothly to position of mount of Mars for a balanced brain. It should be full. Conscious or heart line starts from Mount, should travel smoothly to Jupiter Mount for idealistic character of person. Or turning of this line towards Saturn shall badly affect person's style of direction, but spiritual control gets room to improve. Both palms should be observed simultaneously for interpretation purpose because person uses both hands for work, executive purpose, and both of them are medically cross-linked to top authority of person, that is brain. Brain possesses two hemispheres, left hemisphere and right hemisphere. Left hand is connected to right hemisphere and right hand is connected to left hemisphere. It is extremely important to coordinate right palm to left palm. Brain is right hemisphere is equal to spiritual behavior, intuitive, holy, art, irrational, creative, non-analytic. Brain's left hemisphere is executive behavior, rational, logic, analysis, thinking, and all other physical justifiable characters. Take only relevant characteristics interpretation from either palm and try to reach combined interpretation, otherwise complete interpretation shall be misleading. This usually happens while palm reader only read one palm. Now I'm going to spiritual world. Spirit, strength of power of soul, dominates every creature in this universe. Human being is top physical and permanent till person enjoys earth planetary home. Since spiritual world dominates physical world, in true sense, characteristics of spiritual properties shall definitely affect person in all relevant respects and these effects should be taken note of. Spiritual parameters inevitably affects right hand palm which remains busy most of time and the right hemisphere is linked to left hemisphere left palm and vice versa left hemisphere of brain does not come to rest immediately in comparison to right hemisphere. Permanent characters of a person can be known from interpretation of left hand for connection to spiritual portion of brain. Functional modes of left hemisphere. Left hemisphere means I'm talking about brain. Left hemisphere means verbal, rational, discrete, logical, analytical, thoughtful thinking. And right hemisphere is visual, intuitive, holistic, artistic, and creative. Means wherever there is spirit is coming in, soul is coming in, it is visual, you can see, intuitive, holistic, artistic, and creative. But on other side, as executive comes in, it is verbal, rational, discrete, logical, analytical, thoughtful. This is complex. It is maybe you get confused with that. Since right hand is related to left hemisphere and vice versa, graph on left palm indicates spirituality of person, most significant characters or quality endowed by God on each person. And this is most important criteria to know about originality in behavior of or from a person who while the right palm may reflect executive characters only in part or in full inherited by person. Executive characters can be achieved by personal extra efforts to achieve set of desired goal and ambition. Now I am giving just a reference that was published somewhere long back and it is like this and just quoting that for your this is not my authoring, this is different. This quote history of man's creativity. History of man's creativity is filled with series of artists and scientists. History of man's creativity is filled with series of artists and scientists who, after working hard and long on some difficult problems, consciously decide to forget it. See what I'm saying? History of man's creativity is filled with series of artists and scientists who, after working hard and long on some difficult problems, consciously decide to forget it to, in effect, turn it over to their unconscious, means right hemisphere after some times. See, now problem is not solved for them. They are confused. They want result. After some times, often with great suddenness, after some time, often with great suddenness and totality, unexpectedly, solution to their problem announces itself to them, and in almost complete form. Right hemisphere appears to have been able to overcome most difficult logical and systematic problems by, we would conjecture, relaxing rigid standards of thought of left hemispheres. Given looser standards right hemisphere employs, it was perhaps able to design thought experiments which left hemisphere could not because of its rigidity conceived. Hemisphere thus able to hit upon solution. Right hemisphere is thus able to hit upon solutions which could then be, of course, recast into strictly logical terms by left hemisphere. This was a quote. It happened. Let's say, if some person possesses very high status of life, if some person possesses very high status of left palm, which may be obvious by presence of well-developed mounts, other terrains with domination of Jupiter and low profile of absence of Saturn and with depiction of valuable graphics, person shall draw high degree of spirituality and having utilized that power by converting into execution of work by use of similarly developed right hand shall be very successful, develop each and every aspect in life. If Saturn to exist well developed, results shall appear accordingly. Objective of this small work is not to introduce palmistry or extension of that, but establishment of a spiritual relation to person's body. I have tried to communicate my feelings and obviously effects of numbers or digits on human being. Quantum of these numbers that all of you very well know are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and their combinations. Certainly, atmosphere above lithosphere surrounds all of us all times from birth to death, and we all live in that gaseous envelope. This is brief. Now what I'm saying is an invisible system works every moment around us and we all live in individual envelopes, right? An invisible system works every moment around us and we all live in individual envelopes. One may call that spiritual envelope formed by movements of spiritual waves continuously being derived from nature, and every individual has one such envelope. This envelope imparts some root to body and spirit enters body to make that functional all times. Details of these numbers have been given somewhere else in this work, but herein I like to explain briefly idea phenomenon. Human body spiritually can be divided into two portions just only for sake of mathematically understanding system of spiritual flow through body as part of system. Nevertheless, no division is possible practically. I hope that readers shall assume this consideration for better grasping of subject and forgive me for this assumption. Let us divide lower portion from legs to neck and allot 1, 2, 3, 4 to various locations in this part. Let us also allot number 5, 6, 7, 8 to remaining parts of body. Generally, persons who enjoy normal livings with emotions come under effects of 1, 2, 3, 4. Such persons give high regards to materialism and physical intact behavior in relations. They are not destined to think high. They are not destined to think high. No secret of nature and real knowledge remains remote from them. These persons have a faith in God only for material gains in all material forms. Other category of persons enjoying living under effect of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and their combinations enjoy spiritual systems in full and can reach nature and God secretly. For such persons, material world is not very significant but believe in God and nature with a difference. They actually lead others and do something as a service to mankind. Physical worldly affairs and intact relationships are at least importance for them. It is very difficult to maintain one in this class, particularly reaching target 5 for which one has to make many sacrifices, keep regular in their performance of works and devotions, utilize time efficiently and regard work as worship. I tell something about this phenomenon that operates through our body before furthering discussion. Number one is body's entry point or door at person's gender point where soul's power spirit enters through and goes to. Number two, seminal store referred to as a material stock which also acts as an electrolyte to transfer spiritual current to further point three, navel or sundi or navi which acts as a carburetor for processing current received from seminal cell from battery at 2. If one can maintain quality of materials electrolyte at 2, spiritual current shall pass through connecting points successfully with full spiritual potential. Spiritual energy reach efficiently to point 4, multidirectional points situated at heart zone providing mobility to spiritual movement. In case this electrolyte is used for self-pleasure purpose, there shall be deficiency in reverse stock of material. Potential of cell drops and current passing to point 4 shall be very weak. By excessive use of physical pleasure in the form of sexual performance, pleasure, derivation, the viscosity of stored material shall weaken, resulting into high potential drop of spiritual strength. And messages, pleasure. Yes. And the messages those have to reach point 4 shall not reach, which in turn shall hold further transmission of messages to point 50. This shall further weaken physical structure of body as spiritual power generated through body system is disturbed to body's various parts from 3 and 4. And after having been possessed. In other words, it can be simply explained that excessive discharge of semen from cell does not allow spiritual as well as physical growth. Person's progress in totality is badly affected and full development diminishes. So if one wishes to achieve higher targets in lifetime for satisfaction, one should try to preserve semen in form of spiritual material as much as practically possible. By virtue of this saying, by virtue of this saving, person may easily attain superworld and be nearer to God while performing earthly duties. I suggest that number 8 is spiritual, superforming entire system in the invisibility of universe and contributes to physical world or visible system. Number 9 flows in system 8 and remains intact in motion at 0 surrounding solar system. Number 5 is at Number 5 is located at farmost and utmost distance locations, situation where to only a few can or may reach spiritually. One may complain that I am talking about brahmacharyata, but this is not case here. Number 6 stays at head, which is name of mind home, where spirit or soul functions and connecting point to person is God's for work performance occupying three different positions 6, -6 and 6. Maintenance. First 6 provides application of mental making, -6 provides application of ending or destruction, while third 6 provides maintenance of made up items. So, whatever for purpose of information, purpose of formation mathematically can be described 0 to 6, where 0 is a starting point and 6 is made up point. Maintenance can be indicated by digit 6, while ending shall be depicted by 60, where 6 indicates last maintenance or made up. 0 is end of made up and destructive. One may derive effect of faith, feeling that three gods stay for every individual at point 6, but this point can function efficiently only when a spiritual current remains intact with full potential. Continuous flow of spiritual voltage and spiritual number 648 can be granted to this state of head. Spiritual state 6 indicates mental procedures or work or derivation of spiritual romance or happiness, while 4 indicates flow or emotions or solutions or fluid state, and 8 indicates system of invisibility or unseen. Now, while functions on spiritual point 6 works properly without break, there shall definitely be some positive or negative results which is natural law, and in return these results shall join person to point 7 defined as success point on spiritual flow or aura or knowledge connector or soft knowledge or truth. One shall get enlightened at this point, and such light is not measurable by any unit, but immense knowledge, feeling, vistas in spiritual forms shall be felt by person entering point 7 at any time. Number 8 indicates system, number 9 indicates power or energy or strength and applies to internal as well as external system, 8 of body, and also reaches up to ultimate supreme power at 5, totality of entire system forms digit 8. So this is briefly I explained to you how system works around us in our body, out of our body. After this, I shall take up many other topics in the same subject, starting in zero and other, which will take some time for explanation because I want to explain also. Just in, speaking from writing paper is not adequate. This writing is old and too old and 20 years back, but I have developed further my mind and I want to share with you. But it takes time and patience because it cannot be finished in one day. And talking too long in many hours also not useful because I get tired and you may not grasp everything. But when you're starting with me, you get some fresh energy in you. After that, energy dilutes and you cannot concentrate to that level which is required for concentration for understanding of any subject in this world. Your soul is effective, your body is effective, your concentration is effective, even then you need some gap. And I have also a requirement to have some recollection of how to transfer that knowledge to you because it cannot be transferred at random. It has to be transferred in a systematic way so that it is also easier for you to grasp it and also easier for me to how to make it for you. This is very important to understand. Subject is very complicated. It is very easy as well. It's applied. It's used. It's having a foundation from mathematics, from mathematical calculations, from many other thoughts, contemplations, and whatever could be available in me, and whatever could I collect from nature, from universe. I am just making a shift of that to you, like just like a makeshift. The makeshift arrangements, a temporary arrangement, because you have to understand yourself using your energy. My energy and your energy can't be equal. Your power may be more than my power. I'm not saying my power is more. Your thoughts may be more applicable to you. Your field of understanding, your field of scope, your thinking power, your working power, your constant power can be much more better than mine. And I can learn from you as well because you will understand it for you. You will apply it for you, for your people, for your society, and you can have a different aspect of life on this. Maybe I am wrong somewhere. You can say clearly I am wrong. I don't mind that because right or wrong come out from work. If I'm doing something and you're getting rest of that, and you're doing something based on that application, you will certainly find something, you'll invent something, you will depict something that I was wrong here. Okay, I can be wrong here, accept that, no problem at all. But things should move, participation should move, thought should move, work should move. Science make mistakes, science make good also. Mathematics can be erroneous, but mathematics doesn't make society. Mathematics use time, it orders time, do this and do that. That's what we are here. Not only I'm here, but all somewhere you are there for your work. That is what I'm saying. Subject is very. After this, I'll go to many other points, and then I will start telling explanatory about application of these numbers, which is very important. What you are waiting for, I will explain to you how these numbers are applied. That is very important because without that, there is no use. If I don't tell applications, I could not complete my duty. Before that, we have to understand how this number work, which is very important. I will tell you about how these numbers work in sequence, in individuality, what are the interpretation of these numbers, how these numbers can be dragged from one to other, how can these be pulled in from one sequence to another sequence directly and indirectly, how this can be replaced. So there are so many things. And how can these be connected to other series, to various other arrangements? That is more important. Because once you understand all that, you will be in a comfortable position. You will earn a confidence, degree of confidence. Because simply 1, 2, 3, 4 is not adequate. Life is interconnected. All numbers are interconnected, interrelated, intercoordinated. That arrangement requires an understanding. Simply 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is not enough. A, B, C, D to Z is not enough. CAT cat is also required. BAT bat is also required. That is important. Connections and interconnections and shifting and translation and this and that. Many things are required. So this is complete arrangement. Means 9, 10 digits are there. Just like in computer, only two digits are there, 1 and 0 for digital. But it makes language. It creates machine language. It creates C plus and all Java and all that later on. That is a development, it's the evolution of subject. Same thing here. It's 9 digits, but these 9 digits are not simple 9 digits. These 9 digits create billions of digits. That is important. So I have given you certain formulas which are not applicable directly, and it will take some time to depict all that, and we will concentrate on that when time is available. And I have rethought, I will rethink in the best way, what's best way I can transmit to that, but explanation is very important. Maybe you feel bored, subject is like that. If people who study mathematics, they feel bored. Some students who study physics, they feel bored. Those who study inorganic chemistry, they feel bored because these are not filmy scenes. These are not some games. These are not some plays. These are mental related subjects. And until you grasp subject, you cannot feel happy. Of the time you grasp some mathematical calculation or formula, you feel happy. Oh, I learned this was so easy. I could understand that. Until you learn it, grasp it thoroughly, you feel bored. But when you understand it, you feel relaxed. That is happiness. And once you understand that, you cannot forget that because you understood that thoroughly. And if you memorize, if you cram it, you'll forget it. That is what is required. Scientists feel bored throughout this innovation until results come in. Once there is a declaration, oh, I received this and this is evolution, this is formula, he feels happy. That same thing applies here. You cannot feel happy, and happy feeling is not my destination. My destination is discovery of truth. I feel happy or feel sad or I feel annoyed, I feel tired, doesn't make a difference. It is work of mind. It is work required in life. You have to do that. Work never allows you to feel happy. It's boring, but you have to make it leisure. You have to use work for your entertainment as well. That is called philosophy. Work is always boring. When you're driving, starting learning is very good. Oh, I'm driving, I'm learning. Once you keep on driving hundreds of kilometers, it's boring. Oh, what is the same thing I'm doing? I'm sitting here for long. 2 hours I've been driving, I couldn't get anything. This happens. So don't worry about that. Whatever work you do in your life, keep occupied, don't feel bored, try to enjoy that. Once you enjoy work, you feel happy. That is spiritualism, that is solism. Don't feel burdened. Burden is against you. You will not feel happy, but you have to feel happy. You have to concentrate. You have to get mastery. Only then you can move. Otherwise, you are a common man. You have no lead. You have no trail. You are just moving like something. Air particle is moving or water particle is moving. You see no value at all. It happens. Make yourself a person in a crowd but isolated one. Make yourself a person crowds in individuality, not a part of crowd but being crowd. Same thing applies to everybody. I should say that I should hold it now because it's too much 6:30 already in morning here, and I'll take up again sometime others. And I say thank you very much, dear gentlemen, and thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. धन्यवाद। जय